fearless pioneer.
Yo, what is going on, guys? EJ here, bringing another Lord of the Rings Rise to War video. Today, guys, I'm going to be unlocking my first piece of Commander's unique equipment. I haven't unlocked any yet. I had a chance to possibly unlock some in the past, but they're very hard with a lot of the challenges, like with Eowyn, for example. I could have unlocked hers, but she's not strong enough to do her main task at the Ministerial yet, because she's only level 34 and I'm training her up. But I do have Boromir here at the moment, who I've been currently working on and training up. He's actually my highest respect leveled commander that I have in the entire game. I think I've got him at respect like 17. Like, every time I've ever got like the glass, like the mug of the beer or anything, I've always just used it on Boromir. Like, if I go in, for example, and show you right now, he is respect 17, halfway towards respect 18. As you can see, he doesn't have the best gear, because I don't, a lot of my good gear and stuff is on my other commanders. But yeah, I'm definitely going to be experimenting with Boromir and stuff like that. Probably get some better gear in that for him and stuff like that. But with him being respect 17, I think that is going to be extremely good. And I've been training him up a lot, been looking at his skills and stuff like that. And yeah, we're going to go from there. But we're going to be unlocking his unique piece of equipment today, which, if you don't know what it is, we're going to go into our commander again here and click on him. So, as you have to be, you must be respect level 10 to at least be able to unlock these. And then you're going to have certain skills. So, the first one, so here's for the Horn of Gondor. You have to get the blowing the horn one more time, which you have to occupy Argonath, which basically is, if you don't know what that is, you can click on it and it will take you to the map. You used to be able to click on it and it takes you to the map. I guess because I've probably already beaten it. Oh no, you click there, my bad. Yeah, so my faction Erebor has taken this, which is a really good thing to take this as well, guys. You get an extra 5 ability points. A really, really, really good objective area to take. But yeah, back to the commander again. So yeah, once you've done that, the next thing you need to do is just you need to do mock battle for the experience of 100,000, which is super duper easy. The last thing you will need is you need to attack Mordor commanders 20 times. As you can see, I got 2 more to go. We'll be doing that in just a second. You're also going to need 60 of the raw mithril, which for tier 1s is 60 raw, and then for tier 2s it's impure, then pure. Now, you can get mithril by doing your tasks daily in here. If you go into your tavern and that, you get your daily tasks. You can earn them through here. You can also sometimes get it through certain challenges in the game and that. For example, when they have certain events and things like that. Like in the new journey, there was ways in here to earn some and stuff like that. As well as also in the shop, you can buy it, which I don't really recommend. But you can buy it in here as well, raw meat. It's 250 gems. I highly recommend on not doing that. But yeah, what I've been doing, guys, is you have to verse exact Mordor troops. Now, I first tried this with mock battling. It will not work with mock battling. You must actually use, or sorry, battle against actual, like, tiles or Mordor troops. And another thing as well, a great way to find Mordor troops is to go to somewhere like a tunnel or something here. It's going to have 2 armies here every hour, and you're going to hit them. And that's what I've been doing. I had about 8 before I started this video, like 5-6 hours ago. And every hour, I've been hitting this, crossing every single time. That's if you can't find any Mordor, because it has to be against Mordor commanders. So, you can't mock battle. If you're going to attack a tile, it has to be a Mordor-controlled tile. But this will be 2 armies at once, and you must defeat them as well. You must actually win the battle. So yeah, let's not muck around, guys, and let's march in here. If you're not at war with Mordor, you just message your leaders and that, or someone, and make a deal with them. So forth and so forth. And let's get into it anyway, so you're not going to get yourself and cause war and stuff like that. Now, Boromir is very good with melee troops and stuff like that. We're going to be having a closer look at the Horn of Gondor and stuff. I'm really excited to do this because I haven't unlocked one actually yet myself. So I'm really looking forward to seeing exactly what happens. There we go. So it says, for the White City, task complete. Let's go back into our commander section here, shall we? Boromir. Alright, my first time. It is my duty to protect Gondor against Sauron's minions, always and forever. Alright, so we click OK, I'm guessing. Oh, here we go. What do we click there? Okay, so there's a nice little animation, the Horn of Gondor. I'll be damned you retrieved the Horn of Gondor. I am grateful. So it is now claimed. Okay. So I'm guessing that is now in our items. So let's have a look. Yep, there it is, the Horn of Gondor. So let's unequip this harp. And let's put on the Horn of Gondor, shall we? Okay, let's equip it. So it looks like what we got here was it's on 50% because I do have all of his special extra ability points added, which you go through the Master of Arms and get. Now, as you can see, you can strengthen and refine. So I'm guessing with refinement, you're going to need 60 mithril again. Let's have a look. So with refinement, it needs to be strengthened at least first. So with strengthened, I do believe it is gold equipment, and it looks like you're going to need 2 gold straight away, which, for the sake of the video, we are going to do. Now, Gandalf the Grey, I'm going to take this off Gandalf the Grey, just for the sake of the video. So we're going to unequip this, and Gandalf the Grey is just going to get that now. It's actually not bad. It actually gives 15% chance to gain Pursuit, which is actually not bad. So we will put that on. Like, Gandalf the Grey's, like, he's a good all-rounder and he's my backup commander and stuff like that, so I don't mind. Where Boromir is going to be definitely a battler. Alright, so let's go to Strengthen. I have to admit, out of all the gold equipment, the accessories seem to be the hardest to get for strengthening, and as you can see, I don't have many at all. So let's click on this. Let's go to Strengthen. Alright, so Army's Defense of Men has gone up, the Commander Speed and Might. Now, our special ability we got is round 6 and onwards, allied manish units, damage dealt plus 10. Now, the way I've got him set up at the moment is I'm using all melee troops, and I usually use all manish. I can show you. I think I got bow knights on him at the moment, just because I was versing some trolls earlier and stuff like that. But yeah, a good setup for him is definitely the Catters, really good with the defense. The Dunedain, to counter their snipers and that. And then I'd usually run either the Cavaliers here, which I reckon is a definite really good option with him. If you're Gondor or Rohan, you definitely want to be using your T4s there without an absolute doubt. So yeah, let's just go back to the equipment now and have a look at refinement once again. So if we go back in here, remember these are just the stats. When these are maxed, this is going to pretty much double these to 14, 10 and 12. Now if we go to refinement, okay, refinement is going to cost 60 raw mithril. And this is for the tier 1 commander. So I've only got 12 at the moment. So the way I'm going to have to get that is keep on doing my task in the tavern, or I could buy it daily from the store, or hopefully they can drop. We need to have some more options on ways to earn mithril, to be honest. I'd like to see the bosses start dropping new things like mithril and stuff in their rewards. But yeah, guys, we unlocked the Horn of Gondor for Boromir here, so I'm very happy with that. I think it's really good. It increases the might and speed and army defense, which is really good. So, as you can see, my equipment is not good here, but if you can get this where you can increase your army's defense, especially if it's manish units or just army defense in general, for your equipment, it's going to end up working out really well for Boromir. But yeah, guys, I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. I'm very happy to unlock my first piece of unique equipment. And yeah, Boromir is, I'm going to actually go send him up in a minute and go send him mock battling. I'm probably going to recall him back. Rightio, guys, so I'm just going to show you now, because I've updated my gear, changed it around on a lot of my commanders. So for Boromir, as you can see, I've ended up putting the Sword of Dawn on him, which is going to increase my commander might as well as army speed for men. That's why I'm running all manish units. You'll see in a minute when we go into his skill tree to see how it works. You'll see this buffs the damage done by allied men units as well. The next we have the scale mail, which basically increases might, but also increases my army defense melee with 15. And every 2 rounds, one of my troops is going to get a plus of 30% defense for 1 round. Then we just have the full helm that increases our might. Now, of course, Boromir is a physical attacker, doesn't really do focus, so that's why we're getting a buff. Now, for a tier 1, 340 something might is insanely good. Trust me, that's really good. And with running all melee once again, we are going to be doing 6% reduction in damage received to them. But you're going to be like, oh, well, you're going to be countered. But with one of those melee, I have Dunedain, who counter ranged very well, even though being a melee, so in my troop setup. And then we've got the Horn of Gondor, which is part of the big video, which increases might, commander speed, and army defense even more. So with these two, plus 20, plus 15, we have a 35% buff on our troops' defense already. And then the way we skill him in a minute will be insane, as you see. Let's go have a look. So the way I've skilled him, remember I am Respect 17. I've been playing like since the start of Season 1. And I put all of my Tier 1 tickets into Boromir. So the reason I stack here, because this stacks 7 each round. So our Catters, they have 99 defense at the moment. It's going to add 7 on top of that. So let's say it's 100 to make it easy. We're going to have 107 on round 2. And then by round 5, we're going to have about 145 defense, which is insanely good, as well as a high HP. We then, of course, want nobility, because it's going to increase all men damage, because we're running all manish units by 21%. Warden for our avoidance, and also because we're running all melee, it's going to give us a max buff of plus 2 HP. And then I'm just working on these sub-skills now, especially collaboration, because on normal attacks it gives us a chance. So not just a chance, it does additional physical damage. I have 1 point in this defensive stance because it reduces damage after doing damage. Horn of Gondor, you definitely want to max this out because for the first 3 rounds, it increases not only the army but the commander's damage by 20%, plus gives a max buff of might plus 15. And we have both of these sub-skills max because these are very good. As you can see, melee units, this is why we're doing a full melee build. When hit by enemies' normal attacks within range, perform a counter attack that deals 21% damage. And then we have lower defenses, which just gives you an extra 50% chance of doing an additional 30% damage. So as you can see, not only are we going to have extremely good physical damaging, we're also going to have a chance of some avoidance as well as damage reduction with really good defense capabilities. So yeah, we're going to, I've just got him, I've got him to level 49 now, guys. I'm getting close to level 50, but I'm going to try and find a little battle for him just to end off the video so you guys can see him in action. So yeah, we'll be back when we get to that. Rightio, guys, so here comes our first battle test. One of my mates in my actual fellowship is helping me out. He's like literally my neighbor on the map. I had to kick him and betray him just for the time being. So yeah, first test of Boromir. I think he's going to be using a level 50 Dwellin. I think he gave me an idea. He said like he's going to be using a tier 1. So yeah, we're going to be versing a tier 1 level 50. We're going to see what happens. Now, I know Dwellin does a lot of physical damage. So it's going to be a really good test to see how Boromir's defense goes. And see how this troop setup goes. I may also check and see how he does with taking the Dooms out and changing them for Guardmen as well in a second battle as well in just a moment. So we've got our first battle here. Let's see what happens. Okay, it's a draw. Let's have a look. Wow. He's a monster. He's really good. Okay. So I received 96,000 damage, where his Dwellin took 238,000 damage. He also did 30,000 healing as well. But it's safe to say that his defense is extremely good. Also, if we redid that battle, and I wasn't using Duna, and I was using the Guardmen, I think it would have been absolutely crazy. So yeah, his defense is extremely good. Really, really, really good. I'm very happy with that. Let's have a look at his gear to see if his gear's half decent as well. Because whenever I have really good gear as well, so let's take that into consideration. Okay, it's not bad. Like, not a lot of refinement, but he has at least strength and purples and a thing. So I definitely have the advantage there when it comes to gear without an absolute doubt. So, but very interesting. So I took less than 100,000 damage. So that is extremely good. And yeah, and did over 238,000 damage to him. Now, the way I had skilled, this defense reduction is really good. So it looks like he's not going to be able to take him out first hit with. He's not a huge damager, but still, that's a pretty good damage. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I am going to change it out a little bit. So we're going to take the Dunedain out, and we're going to use Guardman and to see how they do. So put Guardman in. So we want to have 1450 of these, and I think we had 21 of them and 1450 of these. So we're just going to see how this troop setup goes. So I'm going to message him now. I think he sent me a picture of Dwyer Lin. Yeah, alright. One more. I want to test this setup. Use whoever. Alright, so we're just going to be reinforcing here, and we're going to see how we do. He says, "Let me go." But go, yeah, go. We're good to go. We're good to go. So the Guardmen have less damage, but they have better they have better HP and defense, like way better defense. But their damage compared to the Duna are really good. But if he uses more mounted, it's going to do a lot more damage as well, because it's going to counter his mounted. So I don't know if he's using Dwyer Lin again, or what. He seems to be marching really slow here. Like 50 seconds to go from there. Just making me think he might be using Dwarven units here. Oh, he was using tier 4 as well in that last battle as well. We have to take that in consideration. I'm using no tier 4. He was using 1,250 tier 4 as well on a Dwyer Lin, which has really good defense, attack, and HP. So yeah, definitely don't count that out. I had better gear, but like, very interesting outcome. So we've got Boromir again. It's exactly the same strength. We'll see what his HP was. I think the last battle he was about 340,000. So we'll see the stats, how they differ in just a moment. I don't know if he's using Dwyer Lin again or if he's using someone different. If he's using Dwyer Lin, the same setup with Guardman, I feel like this will do a lot better. All right, let's have a look. Wow. Okay. So this man tried to ruin EJ. He tried to pull the sneaky on me and try to hit me with the Doomstack with Barlin. Okay. I only received 100,000 damage against 4,000 tier 4. And I did 200,000. He did a little bit of healing as well. Yeah, he tried to hit me with a sneaky there. Some pretty decent gear as well on here. Tried to do the sneaky. I think Boromir build is a tank. Alright, well, big thank you to him. We're going to wrap it up there, guys. I am very happy with those setups. Yeah, the battles are really good. These guys hardly got any damage then. These guys took a lot of the damage then, the Guardmen. I would have liked to seen how I went against another army and stuff like that. I might actually reinforce again real quick. Back up. We go 1450, 2100, and 1450. And I just tell him I want to do one more. Can you do a mixed army? Yeah, he knows about the equipment. Yeah, that's the whole point of the video. To test out the Horn of Gondor. This guy I'm making him waste all his troops, but we don't have much to do at the moment. I want some good footage and battles here for you guys to see. I've got troops for absolute days. I'm not on the losing end at the moment. I want you to send your strongest. Send your absolute best. I want the strongest, best commander that you own. Send at me. Like a tier 3 or something. Tier 3 anything. Like a tier 3 golds. I don't know. Send your absolute best. I am ready to rock and or roll. Rightio, here he goes. He's told me he's going to be sending a Gandalf. So this is going to be interesting. Gandalf does a lot of focus damage and stuff like that. We're going to see, we've got the exact same build. From our last battle as well, we were able to see we actually had an extra 9,000, so about an extra 10,000 extra HP with the Guardmen. So that's really good to see as well. So we get an extra 10,000 basically HP, but we did take about an extra, I think we went from 90 to 115, but we did versus a Doomstack. So in this one we took 96. Oh no, so we took about an extra 10,000 damage, but we have an extra 10,000 HP. So it's sort of level, but it was versus a Doomstack. So we're going to see now how we go against a focus commander and a more balanced army setup as well, because we versed the Doomstack before. So let's see what happens here. Alright, another draw, of course. Okay, very interesting. So, his Guardians take all the damage first. So let's see how much damage. So he had 196,000, I had 119. Now, a lot of people use Bow Knights. This is the Guardman did really good, because it also does really well against these guys. But I feel like overall in the setup, I think the Dunedain would be better over the Guardman. They do reduce damage. Sorry, they increase damage against mounted, but they reduce physical damage received by 20% as well. But Gandalf does a lot of focus damage. We still won there again against a level 50 Gandalf. So, all in all, I'm pretty happy with this Boromir build. There's a few tweaks and stuff I want to do with it. All I can say is if he was Gondor or Rohan, and this was Marshals or was Swan Knights, he would be out of this world insane strong. Remember, I versed 1,650 tier 4 then as well, almost took them all out. If it went to another draw as well, we definitely would have worked. Now, another thing we didn't look at is the commander damage to soldier damage. So we're definitely doing a lot more soldier damage than command. That's how I have built him. So we look at this report. Yeah. So it's all about that commander damage and the men and stuff like that. Oh, let's see who did more damage. So, yeah, okay. It's definitely, without a doubt, you're doing a lot more damage with the Dunedain. So you definitely want to be using the Dunedain over the Guardman. So yeah, hopefully, guys, not only will that show you how we got the Horn of Gondor and everything today, but it's going to show you exactly how to build and use Boromir. So yeah, we're going to wrap this video up because it's been a long one today. So until next time, peace out, EJ's out, and I'll catch us later. See yous. But yeah, that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and until next time, peace out, EJ's out, and I'll catch us later. See yous. Thousands of the EJU.